Hello viewers, in the previous session we discussed about the meaning of history, timeline and the sources of history. We have learned that history is a scientific and systematic study of past events arranged in sequence and order is called timeline. And there are different sources to know about the past. These themes and concepts further help us to understand the development of human civilization. In this session, we will discuss the beginning of human history. We embark on a journey through time, tracing the extraordinary story of how humans evolved from simple beings into sophisticated societies. It all began long ago, in the early days of human history. Viewers, the main topics that we are going to cover in this session are the early settlements, how the early human lived, the beginning of human civilization, the ICES to the starting of farming, the settled life, community governance, and hamlets. You all must be excited to know the story of human civilization. So, let us start the session with the story of the beginning of human history. Humans, in the earliest stages of their existence, were nomadic hunters and gatherers. They roamed the earth, moving with the seasons and relying on the land for food and shelter. This way of life lasted for tens of thousands of years as early humans slowly developed tools, language, and basic social structure. It was a time of survival, and the bond between early humans and the land was crucial for their existence. Dear students, do you know what is nomadic life? A nomad is someone who lives by traveling from place to place. Nomadic thus means anything that involves moving around a lot. Nomadic hunter-gatherer tribes follow the animals they hunt, carrying tents with them. Early human was a nomad, a hunter, food gatherer. Now, we move towards the start of settlements. Around 10,000 years ago, a revolutionary change occurred. Human societies began to settle in one place. This transition was largely due to the development of agriculture. So, agriculture was the key factor for the start of settled life. As the climate warmed after the last ice age, fertile land became more accessible, and early humans discovered the ability to plant crops and domesticate animals. This shift from hunting and gathering to farming meant humans no longer had to move constantly in search of food. This laid the foundation for permanent settlement. Suddenly, do you think it happened overnightly? The answer is no. This process was a very slow and long process. It happened in thousands of years. Food gatherers turned into food producers. Start of farming. With the advent of farming, human societies could produce a surplus of food, which allowed population to grow. People began to live in larger groups, and villages formed around these agriculture centers. Early crops like wheat, barley, and rice were cultivated, and animals like sheep, goat, and cattle were domesticated for food, clothing, and labor. Farming changed the very way humans interacted with their environment and each other, making start of a new chapter in human history. How this development of agriculture led the development of towns and trade. Early forms of government laws and organized religion emerged as the people worked together to build more structured societies. These towns became hub of culture and innovation, laying the groundwork for the great civilization that would follow. From the dawn of the human history through the rise of settlements, the revolution of farming, and the birth of towns, humanity took its first monumental step towards the complex, interconnected world we live in today. These early changes, which might seem simple at first glance, forever altered the course of history, setting the stage for the development of cities, nations, and the modern world. This session has provided you important and useful information about the beginning of human history. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of human history's beginning. We have only just scratched the surface of a journey. All of you might have enjoyed the joyful journey of early humans.